Let's go over here. It's being live streamed.
All right, cool.
So hello, everybody. Let me make sure it is on the page, and it is.
All right. Here we are, guys. So excited.
Right. Welcome to day one, the very first episode of many to come.
Yeah.
Let's see. This is about to be fun. Let me close out of here so we don't hear each other or hear ourselves again. There we go.
Guys, this is like our first Pips for Brunch podcast, and we've been talking about doing this for like a year.
Exactly.
I mean, like a year probably. It didn't have a name at the time, but we were talking about doing it. And so,
right.
Yeah.
So now you guys get to see my Pip sister. We've done some live stuff before, but you get to see my Pip sister. This is my sister in church. This is Christy Amber. Absolutely love this lady to pieces. A lot of what I do now is because of her. So we want to get into some information about us and what it is that we do and why we do it and why we're so passionate about it. And hopefully it helps you guys get a better understanding of how to do just this: make more, live more, give more, right?
Yeah. And it's so interesting. Like, Christine and I didn't even know each other a few years ago. So it's what I love most about like the entrepreneurial, the work from home industry is how many friends that you make. People that you just meet have sometimes a bigger impact than people you've known your whole lives, you know, and it's just interesting that way. So we're excited to share our journey with you and hopefully make some impact for you guys, as well as, you know, what you can do, tips and tricks, and, you know, how we got to the point where we both are, you know, working from home. We have different journeys, but not working for other people. That's for
right. Sure. Just getting away from the whole space of it all.
Yep.
And we this is our caveat. We are not down on jobs, but when you only have a job, that's when it becomes an issue. Okay. We are really up on opportunity and helping put people in front of the fact that there are plenty of other opportunities out there to help you make some changes in your life that can make some significant changes down the line for you.
Yeah, and later this week, we'll do a show for you on why your job is a good thing. I know for some of you, you're like, oh, I hate my job. And some of you might actually love your job, but maybe it's overwhelming and you still want to be home, or you don't want to quit your job, but you need extra money. Whatever it is, your job is a good thing. It's a stepping stone. It's what you need to get started. So we'll be doing, I think, Wednesday or Thursday, a show on how to use your current income to get other income streams going.
Right. So for today, we want to do like one great thing. We want to show you guys, or at least explain to you, our stories and how we got to where we are right now. Okay. So feel free, if you guys get a chance, to hop into the Facebook page, ask questions. We are definitely open books here to help you, especially as it relates to what we do. But we want to give you some information on how we got to this space, and as our show progresses, we'll let you know some of the directions that we are headed in. Okay. But I guess
are you gonna go first?
Yeah, I can.
All right, we'll let Christy go first.
And the other thing that I love is our names is Chrissy and Christy. Absolutely love it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but we had to do a call with someone else the other day, and there was 3 of us, and she was Kristen. I was like,
right.
Okay. Get it right.
It was perfect. But let's see. So how I got involved. I got involved in 2018? Mm-hmm. 2018. And it was because one of my friends was a trader inside of this space and an educator by the time I had caught up with him. And when I got involved, the things that he was showing me to bring additional income into my house made sense. And at the end of, let me know if you can hear the weird noise in the background.
Nope, I can't hear it.
Perfect. It made sense. So things that make sense, that make money, make me move, right? And what it was I was at a job. I had been working in customer service and retention for 13 years. And I was very, very good at what I did. One of the top 4% in a nationwide company. And with that expertise, with that knowledge, with the the information that I had helping other people, there was a lot of stress involved, right? And inside of what I was doing, in my mind, my personal mantra is that I create, right? And I create solutions. I create like works of art. I create. And at that job, I couldn't create anything. I was definitely like coming up with solutions, like, because I'm solution oriented, but I couldn't create anything. And that drove me nuts. I wanted to help more than just the people that came across my line with that one issue, right? And because of what I did, because of the amount of effort that I put into what I did, I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder. I was diagnosed as clinically deep depressed, and getting involved with my mentor and then having those diagnoses given to me made me lean away from where I was and more to where I wanted to be. And once I got involved, I found out that our community full of people from all walks of life, from all around the world, was like my home. I could make an impact here. I could do things and be creative, and I was valued. One of the things that I value most in life is being a valuable person, because in my mind, people they'll cross the globe to find a valuable thing. And I want to be that thing, that person. So once I got involved and I got started, I connected with Christy as soon as I got on the team, as soon as she was on the team. And we have been working together ever since. And I absolutely love this woman because she's opened my mind to a lot of different opportunities that I didn't know existed. Because I'm from Detroit. I grew up in the automotive capital, right? I grew up where people were okay with working themselves to death. My father was one of those people, and I didn't want to be like that. So when my mind was expanded to be able to see more and more of the things that are available that I could do from my couch, it was over from there. Like, it was
couch money.
Exactly. Like,
not that you don't work, you got to do the work, but you can still do it from your couch.
Exactly. Like, that's what I used to tell my son when I first got involved. I was like, I want to make money from the couch. Like, meaning I don't have to go outside of my doors to have an income coming in that supports my son and I. And just getting involved in what we do in lots of different things, lots of different areas has been phenomenal. And the people that you meet, the networking that you do, the knowledge that you gain, just helping people helps me understand that I know more than what I thought, right? And just this space helped me do that. And this is why we want to share so much of it with you guys.
How fortunate do you think you were that you started down this path before the pandemic hit?
Oh my goodness. So that was a killer for me, right? So my son and I actually ended up getting or having COVID at the very beginning before it supposedly hit the United States. And I could not work. And it was okay because I had income coming in from different places. What that meant was, since I'm at home, I had to be more diligent in sitting in front of my computer to get things done. But it was okay because I could do it. I already had the skills. I already had the income, like those resources set up to begin. It pushed me forward into like where I am now. It helped me get here quicker, you know? So that
not
was
having to give up your income so that you could homeschool your child while he had to do virtual. I mean, I know so many people had to give up their jobs during COVID and, go from either a 2-income household to a 1 so that they could virtual, be home with their kids, or for some people already single parents who really were struggling because now their kids had to be home and maybe they weren't old enough to be home by themselves. So yeah, I mean, my life didn't change that much during 2020 because I was already home a lot anyway.
Right. How long have you been in everything that we do, working from home?
So I was just thinking about that. So I'm 48. So when I was 18, I dabbled a little bit in home business, and also my husband at the time, I'm going to turn my phone off so it stops dinging. So one of my mentors does a show right now as well. So I'll have to watch his replay now because we're doing ours live. So it's letting me know he's on. But yeah, I remember dragging my husband at the time at like 18, 19 years old to real estate seminars because it's just in me from from back then. I didn't know what I was doing or what I was going to do. I knew that I was very unhappy. I was unhappy as a kid growing up. I was unhappy even as a teenager because I never really felt like I fit in anywhere. Like I was always like this odd person out, like, and it wasn't until I got in the home-based business industry that I felt like at home, because all the things that other people were like, what's wrong with you? And you're stubborn, and you're sassy, and you go against the grain, and like as a criticism, all of a sudden it's celebrated inside of the entrepreneurial industry, if you will. And probably the most thing I've ever gotten out of being an entrepreneur is the personal development that is never ending. But I don't want to overwhelm people with that, because you really, for me, it was just like, I don't want to work for anybody else. Right.
Right.
And then you want to fast forward into my 20s. I was a single mom with 2 young girls, and I was going to school full time for electrical engineering, and I was working full time. And I would take the kids. Now it depends on like what time frame, like we were in school or they were younger, if it was summer, but mostly like what the routine would look like was I would take them to school, go to a job, pick them up from school, take them over to another babysitter, which was either my mom or it was a friend of mine that used to help me. And then I would go to school, or sometimes I did it vice versa, where school is in the morning and work was at night. But I was literally not even a part-time parent. And other people were raising my kids. That went on for a couple of years. And I don't mean they didn't come home with me at night. They came home with me every night. They never saw me. And they were pretty little then. And I just had to put my foot down at one point. And I thought, okay, at this rate, it's going to take me 5 years to get my electrical engineering degree. I'm going to miss out on 5 years of their life. There's got to be something different I can do to get to the kind of income I need to get to, quicker. So I actually took out a loan when I first started, so that I had a little more capital to get started with. I had about $5,000. I didn't have any money myself. I was working at a minimum wage of just barely $7 an hour job, single mom, right? So I ended up having to take a loan out to get my business started. And I'm not saying people have to do that, but I got creative. I'm like, I need some cash. I want to do certain things. So I did. And I was at like 26 when I decided I was really going to get serious. By 28, I was a full-time earner. So it took me 2 years. Did that I've done, everyone's like, oh, you do so many different things. Not really, because it's all in the same genre. Right. Marketing and now investing and trading and things like that. It's just kind of all in the same money, income earning type stuff. But I don't want to have one income stream. And I certainly don't want to work for anybody else. And I'm kind of a rare breed. I'd rather live in my car and be poor than like literally punch a clock from 9 to 5 every day. Now that I'm not saying that that's, what I would prefer to do.
Right.
But I just, that's how I knew as entrepreneurial, when it was just like, I cannot go back and work for other people. And way early on, I did a couple times go back. I remember when my income had dropped down to about $2,000 a month from home. Well, that wasn't enough to cut it. And for some people, are like, oh, I'm still trying to make my first $500. Well, that's cool, but $2,000 is still not enough to live on for the month. So I would take up a couple extra side jobs, and that would actually motivate me, Christina, because I was like, I hate this.
Yep.
You need to step your game up. Like, this is not, they would last 60 or 90 days and I'd be right back working from home and increase my income. And so it's probably been about 18 years since I did work for anybody else.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, but then, when I got to the point where I did kind of want to get away from what I was doing, and that's when I learned that Forex was available. So we started trading and getting into the crypto space, and now it just kind of all ties together, because one of the things that the struggle that I had over the years is that I wasn't good at putting money away for retirement, for long term. So I made a lot of money over the years. I'm getting getting income claims, but done very well, more probably better than most people realize that know me, and just never put any money aside. So that's changed. So it's never too late to start putting your money away and having it grow for you as well. Because, my husband did the same thing. He wasn't putting any money away. So it was like, what, 2 years ago, and we were like 46 that we started actually getting serious about making sure that, I'd like to be at my goal, what I'm not going to share what that is,
Right.
by like 53 and be done, and not in a place where I feel obligated or have to do things to make a living. So don't get me wrong, Christine and I, we do what we do because we still do need to make a living. We're still growing our long-term investment accounts and things like that. So while we are retired from the 9 to 5, we're retired to do this, right? So that we can work from home, and it's a nice gig though.
The biggest thing that I've noticed inside of what we do is there's a consistent number where everybody says around that same amount of time it takes for them to get to a place where they're comfortable. And for me, it was 2 years. For you, it was 2 years. For a lot of the educators on the platform, it was 2 years. Like, I know Abel just went over his story last week on his session.
Are you talking about like trading?
Yeah, or just becoming an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
So like that 24 months. Even like I have friends that own businesses here, and it's 2 years. Like you get I guess the first year is to get the bumps out, and the second year is to get the consistency in, but that's one of the things that I've noticed across the board through everybody's stories is that it takes about 2 years. So when you come into what we do, have that expectation. And if you hit it faster, perfect, right? If it takes you a little bit longer, perfect. Because on average, it's 2 years is what I've been hearing from everybody that I've been talking to. And that's really funny because it was 2 years for me before I could do my first withdrawal from my Forex account. Yep.
Even when I started trading Forex, it took me 15 months to see any type of consistency. And then it took about 24 months before I felt like I was even like, okay, I got this, right? Like, okay, I'm good. And the average business in general doesn't turn a profit for 5 years. And so the home business industry, you are able to come in, and there are things you can do. I'm not talking full-time income. I'm like, you need extra cash, which is what a lot of people come in the industry initially. It's like, look, I just want to quit my second job. Right. So $500 or $800 or $1,000 a month is going to make this huge impact on someone's life. And I think sometimes we listen to entrepreneurs who are multi-millionaires and they're training and they're getting everybody all, hyped up and, and they have forgotten, because they're maybe so far removed from it now, that extra $500 just saves somebody's marriage.
Exactly. Like that $500 a month, that is one of the statistics that I was looking at, is that $500 a month will save a marriage. Usually a couple is fighting over about that much. That's a car note payment.
Yeah.
That covers utilities in a household. For single moms, that covered daycare expenses, and when you're bigger and you're watching all of these bigger people, you're looking at the thousands of dollars that they're making, but you stop looking at your budget as what it is, and you start looking at your budget as what you want it to be. And this $300 isn't anything, but it is today, and it can grow from there. And I think that's what people forget, is that it's a progression. You don't jump from 0 to 60.
Right. It's like, instead of taking a second job, start up a side hustle.
Yep.
And get something going on a side hustle, and then take that money and if you need it for something, obviously maybe that's why you're doing it, that's fine, but get it going where you've got a little extra, and then you expand from there. But I think people try to do too much too fast. Just get some extra money going. Everybody, who's going to turn away extra money, right?
Do you know what your first entrepreneurial venture was?
When I was in the second grade, I used to sell cards and stationery door to door.
Oh, wow. So second grade, you got it ahead.
When I was 12, I had 3 paper routes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but I've always been doing stuff. In fact, you make a lot of friends when you're making extra $50 to $100 a week at the age of 12. All of a sudden, everybody's your friend, because they're like, oh, we can go to Shakey's Pizza and you can pay, right? So, I've been doing stuff for as long as I can remember.
That's crazy. Like I think my first one may be maybe 2005 2006. I was working at a call center because I started out my first job, and like almost every job after has always been call centers because they pay very, very well. And the work is extremely easy because it's consistent, right? But in the call center, I got my tax ID and I started purchasing purses and costume jewelry online, like the fashion jewelry online. And I would bring in the products that I had every Friday and just sell out. So every Friday I was making 2 checks. I was making the one from the company, and then I was making the same amount of money just from selling the inventory that I had. Like, and that went on for a couple years before I left that call center. Like nobody had an issue with it or anything. It was great.
I've never heard that story before. That's a new story for me too.
Yeah. That was like my very first entrepreneurial venture where I put in way more work than what I thought. I was okay with holding on to the inventory because I would bring pictures because cell phones are a thing, right? Yeah. So I would show everybody pictures like, well, let me know if you want to order because I'm going to put in one big order on Monday and it will be here by Friday. If you are not going to get it, I will not order it. Like I had real strict rules. And I think about 90% of the time people went through with it, but I kept the product prices around $20, $25. So it was easy for somebody on a Friday in a call center full of hundreds of people to be like, you know what, I'll buy that for my wife really quick. I'll buy that for my girlfriend. And just the ladies getting stuff on their own, especially if I could see what color they wore all the time. I could like really stalk my market, right? So it was really fun for me.
That's probably a good learning experience too. And you know, yeah, just the fact that you took your idea and just gave it a shot. And that's, I think, a lot of times you'll have ideas because I'm telling you that you have, not Christina, but you who are listening, you have something of value and you have something to offer. And every single one of you who listens, you have something of value and you have something to offer. But it isn't a lack of ideas sometimes. It's just like, oh, well, I'm not going to give that a try. I might fail. So what? Give it a shot, right? Give it a shot.
What's the worst that can happen? You fail and then you end up where you are right now.
Right.
And you just start over.
Right. With a whole bunch more knowledge than you had when you started. So to me, there's never really any failure. There's just learning experiences.
Right. And like one of the things, so call centers are very boring too sometimes, especially during certain times of year. You know how Post-it notes come in different colors?
Yeah.
I had an entire garden of Post-it note flowers that I had made. And that's how I got into selling my art. That same call center.
Wow.
A really boring winter because in the wintertime, most businesses consolidate. It's not a lot of business because businesses are closed for the holidays and things like that. So it's not a lot of people in there. It's not a lot of business coming in. People are spending money for family stuff and vacations and things like that during the wintertime. So you don't get a lot of business in what I was doing. So I used to be really bored sitting there and I had like a stack of markers like this. My Sharpies, I love these things. They stay on my desk because I get bored and I color. But I also had a stack of different color Post-its. And I used to make flowers from the Post-its. That turned into a paper book wreath business. I still do it today because I still have like my old clientele that orders from me still for the holidays. But gigantic paper book wreath, like just wreaths that you put on the door. For the holidays and for the seasons. And it all stemmed from me making flowers out of Post-it notes at work. And I was just selling them like the wreaths for $20. It cost me, I think, $2 or $3 to go to Dollar Tree, grab a book. I usually get holiday books with like songs and poems and stuff in them for the holidays and make it applicable just in case anybody stands there to read the wreath because you'd be surprised, right? And it takes me a couple hours to make them and sell them for $20. So when we say that you have something that you do that you love to do, because I was only doing it because I was bored and it kept me content. It made me happy, right? Because I love to create. But you have something in you that you love to do that you can monetize, period.
Yeah, and if we're going to launch the Pip Sisters on TikTok this week, and mostly on TikTok is just going to be side hustle ideas because different things resonate with different people. So, you know, we'll be posting probably at least one new idea every day. It'll be maybe things Christy and I have done, but it also might be things we know other people have done. And then we'll just be sharing different things because at some point if you want to create extra cash, it can be as simple as just having a little side hustle with something that's not over the top complicated. Just bring in that extra $500 and then you go from there.
Exactly.
So yeah, I think that, you know, either tomorrow or Wednesday we'll be getting that TikTok launched.
Yep. And a lot of people think you have to have a lot of money to start these side hustles. It didn't cost me anything to get my tax ID. And it just cost me the money up front to purchase the items that I was selling in a call center. Mm-hmm. Or it cost me the money up front to purchase the books and the hot glue for the paper book wreaths. And it took time. So think about if you're beginning in this entrepreneurial journey for yourself, think about things that cost you very little money that might take a little extra time, because people will pay for your time if you're good at what you do.
People will pay for information big time.
Yep.
You know, I know somebody who's really good at making cakes, so it's cool. She can, you know, sell her cakes, but even better, she can provide lessons to other people who want to learn how to, and that doesn't cost anything. You can, you know, go out and word of mouth market that to death, you know. So having no money is really just an excuse, but not a reason.
Right. And think about it, like just what she said, cooking. I used to do a lot, you guys. I was a massage therapist for quite a few years. One of the things that I did was I partnered with a chef, and we went to homes of couples. I taught them couples massage while he cooked, and we would leave them alone for date nights. We did date night packages, and we charged $200 a pop. And that covered the classes for massage. That covered him cooking the meal, him cleaning the kitchen, and us leaving.
That's right. Awesome.
And that was like really quick money because I was good at massage therapy. I was an instructor for the school that I went to, right? I taught hands-on, and he
free massages coming your way, guys. No,
right. He was
bonus at the end.
Exactly. That's what our giveaway will be, right? Like you get a 30-minute massage for
Yes. It's virtual though. Sorry.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, like just think about partnering with people who you work well with, right? And do something that you both, and nobody would think massage and food go together, but it does if it's couples, right? Just think about, start to brainstorm some things that you're good at and have some of your friends brainstorm with you. You'd be surprised what you come up with.
Yeah, and we just want to really give you an idea of what we're going to be doing. Like we're going to be doing a lot more specifics on, you know, honing in on something we're talking about on a Tuesday, let's say, and giving you more like, you know, some checklists and things for yourselves. But right now, today, we're just trying to get you to expand a little bit in your thinking that you don't need a lot of money to get something going on the side. And everybody wants extra money. I mean, I don't care who you are. Nobody's going to say, oh, I found $100 bill on the floor. I'm just going to throw that in the garbage. I mean, come on, right? Everybody is happy to have some extra cash. Some of us have large dreams of, you know, being a 6-figure earner or a 7-figure earner. But I know people that, you know, they're like, I just want to place my job income, and I only make $60,000 a year, but I would be happy with that. And we're not here to tell you what your goals and dreams should be. But I will tell you, whatever they are, just expand them a little bit, just a little, stretch a little. Because if I tell you to stretch big, it's going to scare you. So just stretch them a little, right?
Right.
Yeah. Then we'll stretch them a little more later.
Right.
But, yeah. So I'm really excited. Like Christina and I we have done a lot of things. We know a lot of things, but we also like have a ton of things that we're constantly learning and growing. And, you know, just doing this is new for me. Not that I haven't spoken in front of live audiences before, you know, in my old company what I ran, you know, we had to get up in front of rooms of people and speak in front of people. But like, I don't even know how to stream onto the Facebook page. Christina had to do that, right? So it's like you're always learning new things. That's okay. So like when we learn something and we hear, you know, information, or we've implemented information that works for us, we're here to share it with you. And I don't know if we have it up here, but if you guys don't want to miss a show, I mean, we are going to be here live every Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. But you can go to pipsforbrunch.com and you can subscribe to our newsletter, which will, number one, send you the replay Monday through Friday of the previous day. And also extra tips and strategies and offers and things that work for us. We'll be sending out exclusively. It won't always be stuff there we go. Pipsforbrunch.com. Will be, there'll be some exclusive stuff that you can only get on the newsletter. So you're going to want to go to pipsforbrunch.com. And some of you are like, what the heck is a pip? Right. So in trading, it's a trading terminology, but for us, because we aren't just traders, we're all around entrepreneurs. For us, we really like to learn how and teach you how passive income profits. And sometimes we use our active income to create passive income, but ultimately, Christina and we love passive income.
Yes.
You do a little work up front, and then the money keeps coming in, right? So pipsforbrunch.com is going to get you access not only to the replays, if you miss them, as a reminder every day, but also extra tips and offers and strategies for increase. I think that, if we just think about increase, we're looking for increase, right? Increase in time, increase in money.
Yeah. Right.
Thank you.
Now, do me a favor, you guys. Please, please, please don't forget to follow us on our social medias. We are the Pip Sisters on everything. So on TikTok, the Pip Sisters. On Instagram, the Pip Sisters. Go ahead and follow us so that you don't miss out on some of the little small tidbits that we give you guys throughout the week. Okay?
Yeah, we made it easy for you. It's the Pip Sisters.
Everywhere.
When we upload the podcast to Apple, it'll be the Pip Sisters. Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
So that is going to wrap us up for today. Listen, if you enjoy the content, share the information with your friends, with your family. Go ahead and follow us on Facebook. Drop your questions and comments below. Listen, we are here to help you. So if we know that there's a specific area that you need help in, maybe we'll do a podcast on it.
Yeah, and tomorrow we're going to talk about how to take your current income, so changing nothing different right now, and how to start creating another income stream using your current income in your current situation. So tune in tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern.
Exactly.
The Pip Sisters on Facebook.
Right. We'll be here Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern. So we'll see you guys in the next one. Don't forget, follow us.
Yeah.
All right.
Tomorrow. Bye.
Let's see. There we go.